Showing no respect for the Aqua Tail, we are still hanging on to 2 shields. We are going straight for the Hail Mary. The opponent doesn't respect the Hyper Fang. It does huge damage. Raticate can now commit its first shield. That quick attack will KO. We are triple resisting the Shadow Claws. First crunch will draw the first shield. Can we get to crunch? Number 2, 1 HP. And the Dream, the big fat rat, is absolutely going off. And it's now down to Shadow Swampert. The opponent is at the back-to-back. We hit the CMP tie. We are going to need Shadow Swampert to be a Trevenant counter for the millionth time, but is Sludge Wave going to be enough to knock out? Well, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. So welcome back to the home of Shadow Pokemon. We're back at it again with a really fun core. Where else are you going to see Shadow Raticate and Shadow Jumpluff core other than on this channel? You can see we're at rank 12. These battles are a few days old. I did previously say I've been working like absolutely crazy because the cost of living in the UK is absolutely fucking bullshit, and that is what I have to do. But we are now much higher rank. I think we're rank 17. I've got a few videos for you. Shout out to Ganetto. He actually featured some of these battles. This is the extended video. Stay tuned. We're going to be coming thick and fast with the content. And in game 1, we pick up the absolute dreadful lead. Swampert into Trevenant, they answer with Bastiodon. And it looks like I threw an absolutely appalling time. And you want to throw at 1, 4, or 7 2-turn versus 3-turn. Do as I say, not as I do, because apparently I'm playing like an absolute fucking noob. However, this stupid Wallface is going to do absolutely diddly squat to the GOAT Shadow Swampert. We are going to tank all of this energy, commit to the Mudshot farm down, because you already know that Swampert can be a Trevenant counter with the Sludge Wave, so we are getting ahead on energy. We are hoping that the big fat rat can sweep. We come in to Raticate. The opponent is staying in. They're looking to chip us with a Seed Bomb of mine, showing zero respect. And in the back is Drapion. The opponent throws on for Aqua Tail, still not shielding. We are going to tank that. We are going to incline the opponent not to shield. 2 shields up we go for the Hail Mary. We land the Hyper Fang, and you already know Wincon has been found. The quick attack goes through as the game is intended. That will KO the Drapion. Raticate is running out of HP. We are triple resisting these Shadow Claws. First crunch draws the shield, 1 HP, and the Dream. Raticate makes the second crunch. Trevenant commits its final shield. It's going to be a race. They are trying to get to the back-to-back, but Swampert has hit the CMP tie. We are going to shield up the Seed Bomb. Big Sludge Wave coming through for the millionth time on the channel. High tree, by tree, get fucking wrecked. Moving on to the next one. We lead the legendary GOAT of the channel, Shadow Swampert, into the mirror. You can see, if you've been a member of the channel for a while, I've actually remade Swampert because I am tired of losing CMP. We've now got a 6 attack. We shield up the first Hydro Cannon. We are going to go for our own Hydro Cannon. The opponent shields in return. Stay in school, kids. Learn to count. We catch the second Hydro Cannon on Jumpluff. We are going to be utilising Jumpluff as the save switch for the duration of the video. The opponent answers with Talonflame. Acrobatics will hit like a truck. The opponent commits their final shield, and it is a delayed CMP. We get there 1 turn before the opponent was spamming out the Brave Bird, and they are sitting in a dreadful spot. We come in with Swampert. We farm up just before they get to the next Brave Bird. Hydro Cannon will be taking care of Talonflame. Back out comes their own Swampert. Hydro Cannon will almost knock out. Can they reach a charge move? We Mudshot down, and that's going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. We're off to a 2-0 start, heading into game number 3. We lead Swampert into Metachan. Kind of neutral-ish matchup. The opponent is on power-up punch. This is dreadful. I absolutely can't switch out because Raticate would be getting hit for double super effective. So we are just going to look to take shield advantage. The opponent has already shielded. Shadow Swampert, super spammy, fires off Hydro Cannon. Number 2, I am going to get farmed down, and you hate to see it. But like I said, we don't want to have Rat on any counter user, especially one using power up punch. I shield once in case they're on Ice Punch. They are on Psychic. Psychic, obviously a better move than Ice Punch, but Ice Punch is double super effective. We don't shield the second boosted Psychic. We commit to the Fairy Wind farm down, and oh my god, they have a poison type in the back. The legendary Beedrill, we get the final shield with an Acrobatics. We come in with Raticate. X's it is going to hit really hard. We shield up. It's just a foul stinger. You hate to see it. We go for the Hyper Fang. Hopefully Hyper Fang is enough to knock out. They just survive, but we do manage to quick attack down, and in the back it is a Azumarill. This is where quick attack Hyper Fang is really nice. Dark types usually have a poor matchup against Azumarill, but Raticate hits super hard. The opponent doesn't overfarm. They don't want to get hit by the second Hyper Fang Ice Beam. Takes us out, Jumpluff, reaches the Energy Ball, and that is going to be good night, sleep tight, Azumarill. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle. We lead Shadow Swampert into their Bear Trap, Galarian Stunfisk. You absolutely love to see it. The opponent is staying in, so I'm going to be mindful of the sacrificial swap. The opponent does switch out into a Shadow Executor. Holy smokes, that is a spicy pick, but you love to see it. Shout out to this opponent. We answer with Jumpluff. Jumpluff has a really good matchup. The opponent threw a Seed Bomb. That did pretty much nothing. We take him out with an Acrobatics, and in the back, it is Tentacruel. These poison jabs are hitting for super effective. Energy Ball does hit for neutral. Both moves are neutral, but I was cheeky, and I did go for the Energy Ball. Fishing for the defense drop at this stage now. Raticate is going to be used as a damage sponge. The opponent goes for the Sludge Wave. Holy crap, that was something I wasn't expecting. I expected Acid Spray and Scald, but Sludge Wave did hit really hard. The opponent did commit a shield. We're now loaded on Swampert. First Hydro Cannon draws the final shield. Swampert locked and loaded with Hydro Cannon. Number 2, down goes Tentacruel, and Galarian Stunfisk is absolutely fucked. This is probably going to be a Rock Slide bait. I'm going to shield it up. We're at the Hydro Cannon. And once again, it's going to be Night Night. Sleep tight, Stunfisk. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next battle, we lead Shadow Swampert into Defense Deoxys. Pretty neutral lead. Obviously, we do have a Dark type in the back, but Alolan Raticate isn't the best Defense Deoxys. Answer, as counter does hit us for double super effective. The opponent doesn't shield the first Hydro Cannon. I am going to shield the first Psycho Boost. I'm going to look to catch Psycho Boost. Number 2, onto our Jumpluff, but the opponent does switch out. They come in to Altaria, and Altaria is something our team really doesn't handle particularly well. We come in with Raticate, as I don't want to take that double super effective counter damage. Obviously, Jumpluff is resisting counter, so it is a bet. Deoxys answer. The opponent is still hanging on to 2 shields, and I'm not really sure how we're going to get rid of this Altaria. We come in to Swampert, first Hydro Cannon, draws a shield. We are going to commit our final shield here, and we are going to do Shadow Swampert things. We're going to overfarm, look to outpace, so 2 more Hydro Cannons. The opponent, if they shield, will get outpaced. They've realised this, they let it go. Back out comes Deoxys. We bank the Hydro Cannon for later, and in the back it is the Bear Trap, Galarian Stunfisk. This game essentially looks over. I believe the opponent is at the Psycho Boost, or at least they should have exited with one, because that could cost them later. We land the Energy Ball. The opponent is hanging on to that final shield. We are going to survive this next Rock Slide. I believe Jumpluff does lose CMP. I saw that we lost CMP in my last video to Azumarill, so I fire on 4, one before the next Rock Slide. The opponent comes in. They don't fire the Psycho Boost. Holy smokes, Energy Ball will draw the final shield from Deoxys, and we are going to win CMP. And from a really rough spot, somehow we are going to go a perfect 5-0. GG's, and thanks for playing. You absolutely love to see it. I think a few misplays there from the opponent, but we take those. Heading in to a few bonus battles, we lead Shadow Swampert into Obstagoon. Pretty neutral matchup. The opponent throws the Obstruct. These Obstagoons love to throw the Obstruct. They've boosted their defense. We are going to fire off the Hydro Cannon. Once again, a matchup we can't really switch out of, as Raticate would get absolutely deleted by Obstagoon. To my surprise, the opponent has committed the final shield, so at least now I am going to switch into Jumpluff. Then if Raticate gets aligned with Obstagoon, we can hit him with the Hyper Fang, as they have no shields remaining. The opponent is choosing to stay in. They're firing off Night Slash. After Night Slash, we're going straight for the Acrobatics. Acrobatics is a good move. It still doesn't KO, as the opponent is double boosted. These Fairy Winds are hitting for super effective. I am going to commit a shield here. Look to Fairy Wind all the way down. The opponent finally switches out, and they come in to Hypno. We're going straight for the Acrobatics. Acrobatics should get this thing into a range where I can now quick attack all the way down. The opponent doesn't build to the Focus Blast. It's just a Thunder Punch. Can we quick attack down before the second Thunder Punch? We cannot. Eradicate super thick. Really doesn't care. We are now loaded, full of energy. If Obstagoon should return, I am going to take him out with a Crunch. I don't want to take any counter damage whatsoever. And in the back, it is Vigoroth. We're going straight for a Crunch. Crunch is going to land for decent damage. And at this stage now, we can pretty much come in with whatever. We come in with Jumpluff. We're going to shield the Body Slam. And Acrobatics is going to send Vigoroth straight back to its Pokeball. GG's, and thanks for playing. If you haven't tried out Jumpluff yet, I highly recommend it. I'm super impressed. It's probably the best Pokemon, I think, of the new season. Moving on to the next battle, we see another Swampert mirror. I am going to shield up the Hydro Cannon. Shadow Swampert is super glassy and it is our best steel answer. On this team, we are going to return fire with a Hydro Cannon. The opponent also shields. We are looking to catch the next one on Jumpluff. The opponent does fire. You absolutely love to see it. Let's see what they answer with. They come in to Registeel, a matchup that is pretty terrible. Fairy Wind, resisted. Acrobatics, resisted. Energy Ball, also resisted. So we're not sitting in the greatest spot here. However, Zap Cannon, despite us being a flyer, would only hit for neutral. However, they go for the Focus Blast. That is resisted due to Jumpluff's flying typing, but either way, Registeel is in a really dominant spot. They are now going to take us out, probably with another Focus Blast, but we can come in with Swampert. We're going to look to over farm. We're going to fire off the Hydro Cannon just before they get to the next Focus Blast. It's really important to keep ahead on energy with Swampert as it hits like an absolute truck. Hydro Cannon, to my surprise, does draw the final shield. In return, we are going to shield this up. Once again, look to over farm. You can throw 7 extra mod shots. I actually fire a bit early, but either way, Swampert is going to take care of Registeel, and it is going to be Trevenant in the back. I really shouldn't throw this Sludge Wave, but it is what it is. I love to throw Sludge Waves. And what I also shouldn't do is catch the Seed Bomb. We are playing a bit unnecessarily fancy. We're actually giving the opponent somewhat of a win con. We tank the Seed Bomb back out. Come Swampert, we are going to have to tank a Hydro Cannon. Raticate is thick, but it does do a lot of damage. We fire off the Hyper Fang. Hyper Fang should be taking care of Swampert. If Trevenant gets 5 Shadow Claws, we are going to lose. They're at 4. 1 mud shot is going to take care of Trevenant, and really unnecessary BM playing almost cost me that battle. So top tip, don't do a load of BM plays. Actually, who am I kidding? If you see a Trevenant, Sludge Wave that absolute stupid thing, because I hate Trevenant. Moving back on to the next battle, we see Nidoqueen in the lead. They go straight for the Poison Fang. We obviously aren't going to shield up. We take Nidoqueen out with a Hydro Cannon. They come in to Trevenant. We've got 2 great answers for the tree, so we save switch into our soft counter of Jumpluff. We tank the Shadow Ball. We go straight for the Acrobatics. The opponent shields it up. We probably are in Seed Bomb range now, but either way, I'm not going to shield up Jumpluff. Jumpluff gets taken out. We can now bring in the big fat rat onto this tree, and we will find out what the opponent has hiding in the back, as this is a dreadful matchup for Trevenant. They fire off a Seed Bomb. We tank it. The opponent is still staying in, so we are going to fire off a Crunch. Crunch is going to land for big damage, and it is a Lantern in the back. We're going straight for the Crunch, fishing for the defense drop. Crunch lands, and we get the defense drop. This game is absolutely over. They fire off the Surf. Surf doesn't take us out. We can now come in to Swampert with the lowered defense. There's no need to land a Sludge Wave. First Hydro Cannon draws a shield from the Lantern. Second Hydro Cannon is near going to knock out. The opponent is going to survive on 1 HP and a Dream. I'm still not going to shield this up, as this is a Raticate showcase. Raticate can come in and quick attack down, and we're going to take that game. So those were the battles with Shadow Swampert, the newly buffed Fairy Wind Jumpluff, and the buffed quick attack Shadow Raticate. I think Jumpluff and Raticate do make a fairly decent call. Raticate doesn't want to see counter users or charmers. Jumpluff resist counter and hits like an absolute truck with good bulk, so can handle the fairies. Both of them are going to struggle somewhat against steel types, so naturally the GOAT Shadow Swampert fills that hole perfectly. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you'd like to see one of the newly buffed Shadow Pokemon I haven't showcased already, post it in the comment section down below. If you're running some Triple Shadow Spice or even some Meta Triple Shadows and you like your battles featured on the channel, a link to my battle submission form is down below. Like I've said at the start of the video, I do apologise for the slow content. Work is obviously a priority. As much as I love playing Pokemon Go and making content, it does come second. I've got a few more videos good to go. I'm hoping to get them out in the next few days. I'd like to say thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.